didn't care about germs, no concern of disease. Street lights came on, we high-fived and we leave. Back in the days, it wasn't so hard to believe that I would wake up as the Black Power Ranger, never scared of danger. Snapping my fingers to the beat of my drum, became addicted to fun. We would fight with our hands, never needed a gun. We would gladly chill in the house, play mom and daddy. The greatest feeling was when nobody could ever tag me. So happy, not being the last to be chosen, to run to the candy lady to buy us a Frozen. We was just kids up to no good. Remember the first time you watched Boys in the Hood? Rat tail in the back while my barber fades me. Do you remember when? Yes, no, maybe.
When you would hear a song you like and you felt like it was about your life. Remember when you would write a letter to your girlfriend and she would read it to all of her girlfriends. Remember staying up all night, talking on the phone. Remember skipping class with your homeboys.
Yeah.
Remember G.I.
Hey yo, I wrote this shit up all day. A long stay in the hallway. Harking back to an era of the tape play. Hitting on the track well, on the max cell. With the spitting the beginning of a rap tale. Elastic scoop, the loop shine vividly. In due time, produce rhyme synergy. And for the longest caught the blinking of the torment. Till England of performance, still thinking of us dormant. And so it be, who hold close and kept dear, were left there, won't know folks by next year. For ties cut, invest shares, perplex peers, rise up, reflect fear, for hex sneers. The rest cheer, know we did it for a purpose. Poem of a kid who never did scratch surface. Until they own it, respect the craft for proponents. Cause it ain't over till the song.
Remember what? You would hear a song you like and you felt like it was about your life. Remember when you would write a letter to your girlfriend and she would read it to all of her girlfriends. Remember staying up all night, talking on the phone. Remember skipping class with your homeboys. Remember G.I. Joe.
I used to play Mortal Kombat with Matthew. I swore he used to cheat. I swear I could never beat him. Those sour jawbreakers, I swear I could never beat him. Baddest chick in the school, I swear I could never meet her. Until I wrote her a letter telling her I'm a singer. Me and Terrence would draw pictures of sneakers. Me and Ashley used to be in the class singing. I wrote my first rap in the back of the class thinking, I'm feeling it, yeah. Feel alive, did you get feeling alive? If you feel it, raise your L in the sky. I remember selling my mixtape in high school. They was really kinda supportive at my school. I was selling cassette tapes for $5. I was making my own beats, I was beatboxing.
Brown, brown sugar, that brown, brown, hey. 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 Brown, brown sugar, that brown, brown, hey.
And we're live. What's up, everybody, on a Wednesday afternoon, early evening here in South Florida. Beautiful day today. Just beautiful day today. Made even more beautiful based on what just happened recently, which I'm going to get into. But there's a lot going on down here in South Florida. We've got the whole COVID thing going on. We're out there worried about Tropical Storm Isaiah or ICI, whatever name it is, ISIS, coming through and giving a big blow. Tropical storms, we really don't, you know what we do. We don't even really get out of bed for tropical storms anymore. It's just like a nice rain to sleep through. The voice is already cracking. Been extremely busy today. Yesterday I couldn't do a show because I had so much going on. Had 4 offers go out, going back and forth with agents trying to buy some different deals. So much going on. There's a lot of people down here who are, despite what they read They act differently when you talk to them. Oh, we're afraid, the corona. What are we going to do? We need to wear masks. Things are horrible. Hey, how much are you going to give me for my house? Well, hey, if you think it's so bad, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? Just cash out and just go. But no, we got to do that whole negotiation thing. And yes, there are some foreclosures happening in the market as well. Again, my name is Barry Cunningham. I am a real estate investor down here in South Florida. Been here for 25 plus years, buying houses, selling houses, buying paper, buying foreclosures. And I'd love to get back into it with you guys who have deals out there that you want to buy. We're putting together some amazing funding. Let me just say that I've got some people put together that are going to allow us to cash out deals really, really well. And I don't say that from a bragging perspective. I speak to a lot of agents. When I talk to these agents out there, I have to let them know that, hey, listen, we're real. We're going to close. If we can come to a deal, if we can come to an arrangement on the price, we're going to close. We're not teaching any courses. We're not trying to show people how they can make $1 million doing real estate. We're looking to do deals. So if you're looking to do a deal, please go ahead and give me a call. I'd love to talk to you about something you can't sell or need to sell quickly. That's what we're all about. That being said, I don't smoke cigars. I wish I did. I'd probably grab a big stogie today. It's just amazing what's happened. We've been talking about it for the last couple days about the affirmatively furthering housing crap thing that Obama and Biden put in place, where they were going to, notice I said going to, allow people to kill zoning in various neighborhoods and put up whatever they want for low-income housing. If you want to put up a tenement in my neighborhood, they could have just come in and say, we're going to put a tenement back there. It's going to be 10, 12 stories, and you don't have anything to say about it. Well, luckily, President Trump stepped in. And I say luckily because it is luckily. He stepped in and said that this thing here is what did I just do? This thing is not going to happen. And he tells voters in suburbs they will no longer have to worry about or be bothered by low-income housing in the suburbs. And of course, on cue, everybody lined up with pitchforks. Everybody started getting ready to scream, racism! Racism! You know they did. And you can just see here as you go through, the usual suspects come in and they put the bad pictures and, oh yeah, he tells suburban voters they will no longer be bothered by low-income housing. And here's the actual tweet or set of tweets. I am happy to inform all of the people living their suburban lifestyle dream that you will no longer be bothered or financially hurt by having low-income housing built in your neighborhood. Your housing prices will go up based on the market and crime will go down. I have rescinded the Obama-Biden AFFH rule, and of course they all come in and start screaming. But what's funny about this to me is, to an individual, every single person I know, every superlative, no question, every person I know who has the opportunity and means to live where they want to live silently goes, hell no, I don't want this thing happening. But because you got to get on Twitter, you've got to do your virtue signaling and say, oh my God, racism. Oh my God, you're going to hurt the black people. You're going to hurt the brown people, people of color. Last time I checked, I'm a person of color living in the suburbs, and I love this. I love it for two reasons. One, because it does keep up the value of the homes that you choose to live in. It does keep crime down, and it keeps the rental market high where other people have to live. And that's not racist. We all start from the same line, no matter what they tell you. We all start at the same starting line, and we start the race. And some of us are able to climb higher than others. Some get to here, some get to here. Some, unfortunately, don't really get too far off the starting line. But no one tells them they can't run the race. There is not a single thing that stops anybody from running the race. And so when I see CNN and MSNBC and everybody else complaining that Trump just killed this affordable housing thing, you're not being truthful. What he killed was you being able to come in and build a tenement, a project, side by side somebody's gated community, or even in the gated community. You want to infiltrate the gated community. It's not white or black. I'm black. I've lived in gated communities for decades because I choose to, because my wife and I have decided this is where we want to live. Doesn't mean we're racist. We like to live in certain areas. I like to know that if I'm out of town and she lays her head down on a pillow, she's pretty much going to be okay. That and the shotgun. But everybody complaining. I've talked to people in my family who live in the suburbs. None of them. I've got, still alive. My mom's alive. And I've got 8 brothers and sisters, all of whom are black. None live in the hood. None. None of them will ever live in the hood. None of them will ever look to move back into the hood. None of them would like the hood to come to them. But they'll never say that. It's easy to go on Twitter and Facebook and go, oh my God, that's racist. That is so racist. He won't let these people enjoy the same American dream that you've had a chance to live. I don't care which way you vote. I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. Nobody wants the hood in their neighborhood. Nobody. If you say that, you're lying. I'm going to call you out right now. So if you leave a comment and you say that they should be able to build affordable housing projects anywhere, I'm going to call you a liar, because I know you're either one of two things: broke or full of crap. That's it. If you're broke, then this is a blow to you because you wanted to live next to a golf course and you thought that they'd allow you to just put up this project where you don't have to pay anything and you're going to live next to a golf course. You're broke ass living in mommy's basement and you're hoping that you hit the lottery. Or number 2, you have the means to live in the burbs. You choose not to. You like the city. That's fine. That's fine. I've lived in inner city, not in the hood, but I lived in downtown Baltimore. Couldn't wait to get out. I lived in Hartford, Connecticut. Couldn't wait to get out. That acted as an inspiration for me. It acted as a goal set. It acted as something I could look forward to. It wasn't something that I decided I was going to be mired in. It's a, hey man, I just got out of college and I'm not making enough money and I'm living here and I'm wondering, is this my life? And, I had to tell myself, no, this isn't your life. You're not going to be stuck here. You're going to get back into that race. You're going to acquire property. You're going to get investors and you're going to move up. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. We'll talk more about this when we get back.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
So as you can see, we are actively looking for investors. We're actively looking to buy property. We're actively looking to develop property. And we know what kind of property is going to work financially. There's a difference between the homes that people buy to live in and the homes that people would like to invest in as a rental. So, yeah, I'm happy that Trump killed that rule. And what I want to do is get ready to look at property like this. The new face of rental housing, single family built for rent. Now, I normally don't like single family homes, but a built for rent model could work, could easily work, especially in an opportunity zone. You see, if you have a cookie cutter model and you know your costs per home, and you could get your square footage for rental, and you could put together a 3-2, about 1,000 square feet, real baseline amenities, nice cabinets, put in some marble flooring because you don't want to put carpet in, nice hurricane impact windows, make it secure, make it a nice home for someone to live in. And if you could get that built at a price that makes sense where you could turn a profit and a good rate of return every single year on that property, then it absolutely does make sense to do some single family build for rent properties. I mean, this is a pretty interesting business model where these guys are putting together, they're not quite prefabbed. They're not quite prefabbed homes, but they are pretty much modular in nature, and you can see here they are completely zero lot line, using every available piece of land that you can possibly get. I mean, basically, let's say that's a 3-foot walkway. I mean, we're talking those houses might be 7 or 8 feet apart. That's it. Boom. Build them in, and they're built in sideways. The front door is here on these homes, so they don't have to be so too wide, so you can fit a bunch of them into a property. You can increase the density without having to sacrifice the amenities, and I think that's a lot of what we're seeing here. There, as it says here, standard apartment units, some renters incline towards more of a single family residential experience. So I want to accommodate people and give them the property they want. Everyone's up in arms about this rule just being killed. Why not build new suburbs? The opportunity zone here in Delray is a suburb. It's not in the inner city. Delray is far from being an inner city. I don't even know where the closest inner city to Delray Beach would be. I mean, you got Delray, and maybe West Palm is the next inner city. That's going north. Coming south, the next inner city, I guess you could consider, downtown Fort Lauderdale. There's some hoodie type neighborhoods, but Delray, no, this is a dilapidated, antiquated neighborhood, the opportunity zone, that once it's renovated and remodeled and redeveloped, it's not even close to being in the hood. So there's no reason why people should be upset by Trump killing that rule. Instead, they should be motivated to treat people to affordable living. It says here the unit appointments have finishes are often higher than in typical apartments. They include stainless steel appliances, quartz countertops, in-unit washers and dryers, and hardwood style flooring throughout the home. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you could cookie cutter that out, and where they're doing it isn't quite here in South Florida where things are more expensive, but that would work for an opportunity zone for sure. So, as you're going through here, it says that, most renters are 60% of them are single women, which is a great demo to have in a rental home, especially if mom is working and she has a kid. It's perfect. And then here it says the Florida company has transacted on more than $1 billion worth of single family rental homes, and they're buying newly constructed homes from builders across the southeastern U.S., Texas, and Nevada, and renting them out. Man, that's a business model I could wrap my arms around. My hands are big, but I could wrap my arms around that. If you can get modular style housing, and you can define out a tract of land and say, hey, we're going to build 30 homes in this neighborhood. It's going to cost us X amount of dollars, and we're going to take that money And from there, we're going to be able to determine an 8 to 9 to 10, 11% annual growth in the rents. I think they say that here is that's the average rent in their units are $1,800 to $2,500 per month, and sizes are 15 to 20% larger than typical nearby apartment units. There's nothing wrong with that. You're talking about a larger unit with good amenities at a price that's in the market range. That's a home run. Why would people complain about that? But they will. They will complain because they think that you should be able to live anywhere you want. And that's just not the case. I know a lot of liberal-leaning people. Obviously, I know a lot of black people. And I don't, as I said, I don't know a single person who would forego where they live to have affordable housing projects in their neighborhood. It's just not true. I'm telling you, people are lying. If you can look at CNN, MSNBC, it's insane. Nobody wants this. Can't believe they even tried to push it through. And what's funny is that the other day I talked about AOC wanting to kill the ability for opportunity zones to raise money. So if the opportunity zones are going to be defunded based on what she and Rashida Tlaib wanted, who is going to build this housing inside of the gated community? Who's going to build a 10-story tenement next to the golf course? It's not going to happen. This is all pipe dreams. It's all election BS. You got to stop. We have to begin looking at realistic ways of helping people out of problems. And one of the realistic ways is making sure they have a nice place to live in a place that you can afford. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can afford to live in these homes, and these homes are affordable to build, and they create a return, there's nothing wrong with that. So you're not on the golf course. But you know what? Maybe 2, 3, 4 years from now, you can be on the golf course. You know, I'm overlooking my pool right now, and I think to myself, I know what I had to do to get there. I know my woman, the wife, is outside, and what she has endured to allow us to get there as well. It wasn't given to us. It wasn't handed to us from an edict from a politician. You get up, you go to work each day, you keep working, you take each day one day at a time, and you build upon that. I don't understand why people either don't understand that or just refuse, and they think it's just some sort of, like, the virtue signaling is real when we know it's not. It's just not true. America and the American dream that they think Trump wiped out today isn't a quick nap. It's not something you lay down, wake up for, and you've got the American dream. It's a dream process. And as much as the virtue signaling is out there, we can help people in the inner city climb the ladder. We can all reach back and reach down, but you just don't get it. You just don't have it handed to you. At least not where I came from, and not even where my sisters and brothers came from.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
If anyone wants to learn how to take down a rental property, price it out correctly, and use that as a launch pad to the next level. I know people who have purchased one property and have made $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 on flipping that house. Guy I used to work with and do some consulting with, he and his sister bought a house in Delray. I thought they were going to get killed on it, but they ended up making $90,000 on that one deal. it's available. But now we're in a different market. I don't think we're in a market of flipping, because nobody knows what the heck's going to be happening here in the next 60, 90, 120 days after the election. COVID will probably go away forever, but in that event, we can't plan on that. I saw today that Fauci said that we all should be wearing face masks in addition to the regular masks. Goggles, closing our eyes. This guy's, it's insane what people are saying right now. So what do you do? What is it that you do right now to go ahead and if you do want to get into real estate investing? And like I said, I'm not doing a course, but so many people have asked. I'm going to tell you something real simple right now. You don't need to have access to the MLS, but you need to get a realtor who will work with you. I happen to know one. But you have to be able to do some due diligence. So one of the easiest things to do is go on to Zillow. And when you're on Zillow, make sure you come in here and find for rent. And we want to make sure, okay, so I'm on for rent. Let me zoom in on Zillow. All right, so here we go. So now let's go ahead and start doing refining. I'm here in West Palm Beach, which is a good rental market, especially up here in the Riviera Lake Park area. So we want to make sure home type, we want to, let's just go with houses right now. I never look at buying condos and that kind of stuff. Just don't want to deal with HOAs and all that kind of crap. So all these houses are available. Let's go ahead and look at pricing. Let's keep it, we'll go 1,800. We'll see what they find there. No, I'm sorry. On the minimum, let's go 800 per month, and let's go on the maximum 2,400 a month, and see what's out there. So right now, there are 34 listings that came back based upon the criteria that I just put in, and these houses are 1,800 to 2,400. I'm actually going to bring that down. Okay, so now I'm at 1,000, and I'll show you why in a second. So now I've got 53 houses that are below $2,400 in rent. Perfect. Now I'm going to reduce that even lower. So I'm going to reduce the high end. I'm going to take that down to 1,800. And now I've got 21 results that are between 1,000 and 1,800. So I've got a good number here. Now let's go ahead and just change it down a little bit further. Let's make the high end 1,600. And did it do it? High end 1,600. Okay. So now I've got 12 listings that I can look at right now that I know are renting between $1,000 and $1,200 and $1,600 a month. One more refinement. I want to make sure I have at least 3 bathrooms and at least, of course, 1 plus. That takes me down to 5. So I took that from, a couple, a couple dozen, 30, 40, 50 homes, down to 5 houses that are renting for $1,600 to $1,000 to $1,600, and each one of these homes is at least a 3-bedroom and 1 bath house. So as you can see here, let me move my head. We've got this one here, which is on 7th Street, a 3.2 for 1,200 square feet. This one's on Marion Place, 1,500, 4.2, 1,400. 1,300. So what the exercise that I just did is I wanted to see what the going rate was for certain neighborhoods. So when I look at this, I can look and see 33407, 33407, 33401, 33407, 33401. So basically what I did is I just figured out that houses in the 33401 and 33407 that are 3 bedrooms, 1.5, 2 baths the going rate for these houses are anywhere between, and it looks like the low end was, I never got down to 1,000, so the low end was 1,300 to 1,600, right? So I can go back here. This may seem redundant, but now I want to raise this and just see if my numbers change much. I'm going to raise this to 18. And I got 10. And in this 10, it stays in the same zip code, 3409. I got here for, it looks like, let me get you guys in here. This one's 1725, 33401 again, 1,400 square feet. 33411, 33407. So what did I just do there? I look at a big area, the entire West Palm area, and I reduced it down to 1 or 2 zip codes that I want to look at, preferably 33407. It looks like it's probably in that rental area. Now watch what I do. Now I'm going to go to, I've got this calculator that I put together, and so basically what I want to do is begin looking at whether or not I can affordably buy a house in this neighborhood. Where do I need to be to purchase that house? So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what is the annual rent. So if I just take a medium rental price and I say, okay, so the medium rental is say $1,450 a month times 12, and that's $17,400. So I would put 17,400 there, and I'm going to work my way back. Let's say the property taxes, and this is just a guess, but we'd have to look further, is $3,500. Insurance premiums, let's say 2,000. It would be less than that. And yearly maintenance, meaning lawn and all that kind of crap, let's say 1,000 if I'm paying for the lawn work. So that's telling me if I want to make a 10% return, the most I can offer is 109. Probably not going to find a single house in that area for 109,000. So I have to work it backwards. What's it going to cost me at 9%? And at 9%, now I'm up to 121. What about at 8%? So I'm backing this down to see where I need to even be looking. So at 8%, if I can find a house for $136,250 that doesn't need work and it's okay, I'm going to be able to do basically a cash flow out of 8% on an annual return. Not bad. Not bad at all. What if I want to go down to 7, and this is probably about the baseline you want to go, but I'd go there if it's guaranteed, and I can go to 155.7. Now I have a number. So now I'm going to go back to Zillow, and I'm going to go buy, and I'm going to look for West Palm Beach, and I'm going to look at pricing, and I'm going to say 0 to, some agents will probably put it higher, and I'm going to put $165,000. And bingo. You see what I just did? Are you understanding what I just did? I just was able to determine that I have 31 potential properties that I know I could probably negotiate down to fit into my realm of investment. I was able to determine what the market rents are in that zip code area. I guesstimated on taxes and insurance and all that stuff, but it says 155 or so. I'm in the ballpark. So from here, I'm able to look, and you guys can see there are 31 results for sale, up to 165.31. Every single one of these properties, I can now begin to put an offer in. And wow, look at this one. Look at this. This one's $95,000 for a 3.2 at 1,500 square feet. I shouldn't have showed this to you. I shouldn't have clicked on this one, because now everybody can see. You guys all can see that this house right here, they're trying to sell it for $95,000. That's gotta be a misprint. Gotta be. But in any event, I'll go through it. Here's another one for $139. 3-bedroom house, 33407, 155, 165, 89.9. That's probably a mobile home. But here's a decent one. Look at this one. This house in West Palm Beach, 33407, 3.1. Listing price is $149. And I can see the pictures on it right here. Actually, it's already been remodeled. So this is an investor who's gone and updated this home. And You could buy this as a rental for $149, and you already know you can put somebody, the market rate in there is going to be enough to allow you to sustain this property at a 7% or so cap rate, and you're making money. Now you can tell an investor, hey, listen, we're going to put somebody in here who's going to pay $17,000 a year to live in this property, and it's going to guarantee you 7% return on investment on an ongoing basis. But Barry, oh my God, how are you going to guarantee an investor is going to make that money, especially with Trump, everything going on with the AFFH and people are up in arms? That's the key. And so what I'm going to show you real quick is this thing here. I showed you, this is the Section 8 rental. Hopefully my camera doesn't go off with the battery, but I'm going to Florida, and I'm going to go down here to Palm Beach County, and we're going to click here, and we're going to go to the next screen, and 33407 is the zip code. We're going to click here, and what does it tell me I can get? Holy crap, holy. Do you see that? I can get money from the government, guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed, $17.80 per month for a 3-bedroom home. $17.80. So let me just break that down to you. $17.80 is going to change things tremendously. $17.80 times 12 is now $21,360. Oh my God. Because now I can come back in here and change this number to $21,360. Is that right? Yeah, $21,360. And now I can go up to $212,000. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Now I can actually probably bump up what I'm going to give the investor up to 9%. What's that going to do? Boom, 165, 9%, home run. Hey, I'm going to give the renter a break because I'm a good guy. I'm going to give him a break and say, listen, you don't have to pay me the full $17.80. You might, you're probably stretched. So let's go to $16.50 and call it a day. I'll give you a break so you don't have to come out of pocket because I don't know what your voucher is. Now I'm at $19.80 and I change this to $19.80 and I could still buy that property. I can offer an investor 9%, pay with guaranteed rent. Home run. That's how you do it. And that literally, I'm on a live video. I did this in less than 15 minutes in this segment to show you how to do some research on a property. You can record this, you can cut it up, splice it, and do it yourself over and over and over again. That's what I do. Before I even go further with much due diligence, I need to know in advance, what can I pay for a deal? Now, once I'm close, now you dig in and do some negotiating. One of the things that, I don't like everything Grant Cardone says, but there are some things that Grant says that make a lot of sense, is don't negotiate the price at the beginning. Give them what they want. Give them, if they want 160, put the offer in at 160. It's easier to renegotiate than putting in a low ball offer. That's the key. So now you've got two things you just learned here in 15 minutes on the back end of this live stream. Didn't cost you a dime, but yet you have the opportunity to get out there and buy some property, figure it out. And just so I say this, understand that if the deal makes sense, the money is there. I can guarantee you right now, I can guarantee you without any equivocation, if you walked into an investor and said, I can guarantee you a 9% annual return on your investment, would you want to do a deal? You're not going to have to ask that to too many people. They're not getting 9% annual in most places. A 9% annual return on a 100% secured investment secured by a first mortgage. Go get your money. I don't know what else to tell you. it's a beautiful thing. You just need to know how you can just get out there and make it happen. I mean, anyone who tells people they can't move to the next level is lying to them. I am sick to death of people being told, "Well, you can't go. You're black. You're a person of color. You can't make it in life. It's stacked against you. It's systemic. There's no way you're going to get to the next level." Man, I've been backed. I've had money given to me by some of the whitest people you've ever seen. They don't care. What they care about is greed. And they do care about people. And there's nothing wrong with putting a rental deal together and putting somebody in a property, helping them, making sure it's a nice, affordable property, and then putting some money in your pocket. The Section 8 program is a gold mine. If you know how to use it, know how to find the properties, and you know how to screen the tenants, you are going to be golden. Don't let anyone, anywhere, ever tell you that you can't rise to the next level. There's nothing holding you back but Twitter. There's nothing holding you back but virtue signaling. There's nothing holding you back but a crazy time that we're in where people think that it's more important to tell you what you can't do than tell you what you can do. If you need some help, let me know. I'm going to go put an offer on this property before somebody else does. Talk to you tomorrow.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.